Okay. Hi, guys. So tonight, my name is April, and we're going to go through and talk about what coaching entails and just kind of like answering any questions that you might have. So basically, I just really quickly wanted to tell you how I got started. I've been a coach 7 years now. I saw a girl was doing a giveaway for Instagram. That's honestly just the only reason I used Instagram was to try to win giveaways. And she was doing a Shakeology giveaway. So I went through and entered, and then I saw the next post she made was like, are you sick of your job? Is your boss a jerk? You feeling unfulfilled, underpaid? And I was like, yes to all of those questions. So she sent me a webinar. I checked it out. I was one of those weird people that signed up like that day, the day they heard about it, and I signed up. I had $7 in my bank account, no joke, put it on the credit card. It was $180 for the time. Back then it was DVDs. So I bought a Body Combat DVD, a month of Shakeology, and put it on my credit card and was just like, okay, let's go. And so that first month I was able to make back my investment plus some just by talking to family and friends and having them, get on board with me and just kind of talking about what I was doing on social media, sharing my workouts and telling them, hey, who wants to do this with me? I just kicked my butt at home. I'd love to keep each other accountable. So, then I was able to, actually I had 3 jobs. I was able to quit one of those. Then I was able to quit my second one. Then I was able to go part-time. And just under 2 years in the business, I was able to quit all 3 of my jobs and come home and do this full time. I have some people that absolutely love what they do, and there's no way they ever want to quit their job, and that's fine too. But an extra income, I don't think anybody's going to say no to that. So it's nice to bring in some income, but it's also great too. Like, I just felt like I finally felt like I had a purpose again. I felt like this was something that fell into my lap, and I had never heard of coaching before. And it just like kind of brought out the best in me. One of the things we do as coaches is we encourage our coaches and our team to do personal development. Like, read things like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Rachel Hollis. If you haven't, I love her. Girl, Wash Your Face, Girl, Stop Apologizing. Great books. Jen Sincero, You're a Badass. Like, all these books to like help you with your inner confidence is what you do as part of your job. So we are really working on you from the inside out. And a lot of people feel like I'm not far enough in my journey to really support somebody else. I get that all the time. And the thing is that if you were doing something, wouldn't you want somebody that like understood your struggles and like was in it with you, like doing it, showing up, doing the things like, the best coaches are coaches that are human, that like, I'm going to admit, like, I had 1.5 pot pies today. That was not on the menu. That was not on the meal plan, but it is what it is. Like, move on, keep going. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm not going to pretend I'm perfect. People won't want to join you if you're perfect. If you're like running 10 miles a day and living on salads, like, I'd be like, this girl sucks. I cannot relate to her. I wouldn't want to be a part of that. So, just plugging into the community of coaches that we have too has been such a blessing to my life. Especially with everything right now, it makes me realize how much I love being able to, we do these Zoom calls with other coaches a couple times a week for either a power hour where we basically get together and we show each other, we show our new coaches exactly what to do to work the business. And then we show up, we've got some, music on, and we're checking in with each other. We do our workout Zooms with their clients and coaches that we're seeing each other in the morning. We have a lot of participation with our team page where we check in with each other. We've got some group chats. I've met some of my best friends literally off Instagram, and it's the strangest feeling, but I mean, I've just absolutely fallen in love with this tribe of people. So coaching has absolutely changed my life. And I just wanted to, kind of talk about it, because a lot of people are like, what do you do besides post workout videos and take selfies? So the biggest thing is that you're going to be just kind of sharing about what you're doing. And I like to think about it like this. If you went to a restaurant and it was awesome, they had great food, the atmosphere was great, you would tell your girlfriend, like, you got to go to this place. It was awesome. You're going to love it. And they're not going to be like, what is she trying to sell me? They're going to be like, okay, sweet. I should try it. That sounds great. I'll be there, and that's the same thing. Is like, dude, this workouts and this meal plan has been a game changer for me. You have to try it. Like, let's do it together. They're like, okay, yeah. Like, most people, like, they want to have the accountability. Like, if you had a girlfriend and she was like, Okay, I'm down 50 pounds. I'm gonna use Brian as an example. I'm down 50 pounds. I've been working out from home and drinking a shake that tastes like chocolatey goodness. And I honestly just like, why are you should do this with me. Let's check in with each other. What do you think? What are you currently doing? And they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, tell me more about that. Like a lot of people just want to feel included. And so that's why it's so beautiful that it's not about selling. It's really just about sharing what you're doing. And it also helps you in being consistent. Like we talked about before we started recording, struggles with falling off the wagon. And it's okay to fall off, but I also 100% know that I have clients and coaches looking at my stories, and I have clients and coaches counting on me. So I need to post a workout video. Like I need to show up. I can't take all these days off when they're kicking butt. Like, and I'm supposed to be an example. So if anything, it helps me stay consistent, which I love and need. And what else did I want to talk about? So when I worked full time, I would write down the people that I wanted to connect with the day before into my notebook. And so on the way to work, I would listen to a call or a training or listen to personal development. Audible is great. It's like an app that you can listen to your books. And I've been listening to so many audiobooks when I'm driving or doing laundry or making dinner. And that's a great way to get personal development into. So then at lunch, I would talk to and connect with those people and just see if they wanted to join me, like, hey, I'm starting another workout program in 2 weeks. Do you want to join me? I just would love to, chat and see like, what are your goals? And, I really just focus on not spamming people with messages. I'm not just like invite. I would rather take the time and, comment on somebody's post and get to know them and, kind of engage with people first before I'm going to go right in and be like, hey girl, hey, do you want to join my next challenge group? Like we get so many messages from people like that with other companies. That's not something I'm going to teach you to do. Unless it's somebody that's like, us responding to polls on your stories and watching your stories every day and engaging with you. For the most part, I'm telling and teaching all of my coaches to build relationships and just be genuinely interested and help other people by being a good friend. So it's really just you're being a cheerleader and saying, you go girl. So, so then I would send my messages to those people during my lunch break. On the way home, I was either doing a quick phone call with a coach or a client or something. I love to be either do a Zoom like this or just be like, hey, do you have 10 minutes to chat? I would love to just kind of like go over everything. Hey, Tasha, and kind of explain how this all works. And the really cool thing is too, is that we do these coaching webinars. So like if you have somebody that you think would be a rock star coach, just invite them to one of this that I myself or another person on our team hosts. Like you don't have to do all these things. We really want to focus on making it so super simple for our new coaches that if one of my new coaches is like, I have this girl that she's kind of thinking about purchasing a challenge pack, I'm just not really sure. I'm like, start a group message on Facebook. I'll chat with her for you. Like, I don't care. I'm going to help you. So I'm not successful unless you're successful. So that's my biggest thing, is that we really lean in and help each other a lot. It's not like, I know some other companies, they do groups together and it's like cutthroat. It's like, oh, I'm going to get this person. I'm going to get this person. I'm like, no, if somebody asks me like, hey, I want Energize and they're not my client, I'm going to go to their profile page. I'm going to see who our mutual friends are. And then I'm going to figure out who their coach is that way and be like, hey, this person is interested in Energize, hit them up. So that's the other thing, is it's very much like a family. You're not like having to fight for anybody. We're just in it together. We run challenge groups together. We help each other. Things like that. I also just put together a new coach training that is on a website. So you make a name and a password, you do your email and your password, and then you go through the training all on the website, which is super cool. Everything all in one place, super simple to understand. It has streamlined everything and made it super easy to understand. And then the other thing is that, a lot of people think it takes a lot of time. And honestly, I tell my new coaches, like, I just want you to commit to an hour a day. It can be 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes here. But if you can give an hour today throughout the day, which I know we all waste 15 minutes at a time on social media or doing something stupid, then you can do this business. As you start to grow your business and you are, loving it, you may want to work it more than that. But in the beginning, honestly, you can have success with just being able to give that. But you will probably find that you really enjoy it and you want to have more time for it. Right now, honestly, the last like couple months with Charlie, I haven't been able to work more than 1 or 2 hours a day. And, you know, being a coach with seven years, I have a ton of clients and a ton of coaches. So, you know, still being able to do it and not a lot of time has been a lot of time management. I could easily, like Matt the other day was like, let me watch the girls. And I worked for 5 hours and I was like literally in my happy place. You don't need to work for 5 hours, but I got to send out messages. I got to check in on my clients and I got to do more things that I really, truly enjoyed doing. And my whole weekend was like made because I love doing this business so much. People are like, what's the catch? Like, I'm like, honestly, it's just that I wish I had more time. I have enough time to do this business, but I do wish I had more time to do more of it because it lights me up. And I feel like I said, like, I feel like it gives me a purpose. So I want to hopefully offer that to you to just feel like it's just so good to be able to like, something so simple, like I know I need to check in on my challengers. So I send them a message. Hey, how are things going? How's your food? How's your meals going? And people are like, I swear you just connect with me and you check in with me at exactly the right moment. And it's like, I'm just doing my job. I'm just checking on you. And the fact that I can make your day better and help you is so cool. So we also have we call it our business activity tracker. And basically it's a list. Anybody a list maker or somebody that likes checking things off a list? That is so me. It's like, do this, do this, do this, do this. Okay, done. It tells you about like what kind of stories to do. It tells you about like connecting with people, sending some invites, like things like that. And it's like, okay, I did my business activity tracker. You're going to be successful, like the end. So that's another nice thing too, is we've really just tried to simplify it, that you don't need to, you know, have the perfect Instagram. You don't need to have a ton of followers. I started with 200 followers. Like I didn't know what I was doing. All these collages with bright neon green polka dots. Like you know, honestly, you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, but we have been so focused on teaching you how to just be a genuine, friend and talking to somebody and making it sound like, you know, not salesy, but just, hey, do you want to join me? And when you don't know what to say, I always tell my coaches, take a screenshot of the conversation, send it to me, and I will help you in how to respond. So that's the other thing too, is that you're not going to just sign up and then be like, okay, figure it out. We're very much like, we have like new coach pods so that you can send the screenshots there in that group conversation. So maybe I'm off nursing Charlie and I can't answer. There's other coaches in there that are going to be able to help you. And the same thing like with our team page. So, and then we have twice a month, we do our team call, which is Thursdays at 8:30 Eastern time. And so there's a team call tomorrow. My coach Rachel is hosting and she's talking on unleashing your superpower. So you guys are welcome to join that as well. Even before you sign up, I'll invite you this week. And then on the off weeks, then all we do is we get on Zoom and I lead them through this PowerPoint of basically, hey, I'm going to set a timer. I've got music, 10 minutes. We're going to do this in your business. And we work on our social media or we send out messages. And it's just really cool because it's like, I wouldn't do the things that like, if I didn't sit there and have a timer and have these other people. So the Power Hour is even great for me in being really structured with my time management. So that being said, that's what we do. And then our 4 vital behaviors are inviting people to get great products, or get great results, be a product of the product, have our own results, follow up with people and recognize people. You know, your challengers, your clients, are they having great success? Blow them up, celebrate them, things like that. And then how we earn money is you make 25, sorry, my brain does not work after 8, so I had to like take bullet notes to remember what I wanted to say. How we earn money is we make 25 to 40% commission on everything, depending on what it is. So you make commission on everything you sell, and then you also get 25% off everything. If you are military, so Tasha's husband is military, so if you're military, active military spouse, veteran or veteran spouse, you also get an additional savings where you do not pay the $15.95 a month business fee. And so what that is that covers your websites, that covers your invoices, customer service, shipping. Like if somebody has an issue, customer service takes care of it. I'm not like having to deal with it. I don't have to ship anything. I don't have to go to the post office. I don't have to like, I'm so glad. I like $15 and it covers everything. Your website. So like, if somebody wants to order, boom, send them a link and it's done. So that's nice. But if you do know anybody, military, I live in a military town. So I have a ton of people that sign up for the discount because it's just a no-brainer. I mean, my mom was always a discount coach, never worked the business. So, sometimes I tell people you're a VIP member because they do not have to want to work the business is another thing too. Just a fun perk that they get. And then you also make a team cycle bonus once you start adding coaches to your team. And then there's also like fast start bonuses. There's bonuses for increasing in rank and things like that. So I'm not going to get too much in depth, but there's just like unlimited amounts of how to earn money. And then the last thing is how you get started. So I know all of you already have the Beachbody On Demand, you've got the supplements and things like that. So right now is a really great time for you to get started because anybody that you talk to join you right now, all packages are $20 off. So it's $140. I know you don't need this because you guys all have Beachbody On Demand, but say you're talking to somebody, it's $140 for an entire year of Beachbody On Demand, a month of Shakeology, and that's just insane. Like less than a Target trip gets you an entire year of workouts. And then when you sign on as the discount coach or the discount member, you can throw on the Ultimate Portion Fix with all the videos, with the containers, everything for like less than $40. So that right now there's such great sales going on that it's a great time to get in because everything's $20 off. It's like cheaper than it's been in forever. And it's also a lot of people like, they're like, okay, they don't have a gym right now. We are breaking records every week with how many new Beachbody On Demand members are signing up. So there is no shortage of people that need to be helped. So it's a great time for that. Depending on so say for example, you don't have 10 rounds yet, you could do a completion pack and either do Energize or Shakeology plus 10 rounds. And that's on sale for $130. If you already have 10 rounds and there's nothing else you don't want a 3-day refresh, we have a 3-day vegan cleanse you could pair with Shakeology for $140 right now. Or you could honestly just pay $40 and then get it refunded even if you've purchased a challenge pack recently. So there's a bunch of different ways to sign up. If you don't have Shakeology or the Performance Line or anything like on an auto shipment, you wouldn't be active if you just paid the $40, but you can sign up that way. So there's literally something for every budget. You can work this business a little or a lot, and it's honestly my favorite. It's my favorite thing. I just am so thankful that I stumbled upon my coach when I did and has been able to do this and be mom. I never would have even known if I would have been able to have kids, honestly, if I hadn't found this, because Matt and I just were so living paycheck to paycheck that I was gone 16 hours a day. I packed a pillow and a blanket and every meal in a Tupperware container. I didn't have time to like a minute to myself. So just the fact that I get to kind of work and plan around my schedule has just been like such a blessing. And that's why I'm so passionate about, sharing it with other people. So that's honestly all. That was probably the shortest I've ever gone over everything. That's what happens when it's 9:30 and it's been a really long day. I just talk fast. But did I cover everything? Is there anything like you guys have questions about, or is there anything like in the back of your mind that's like, I just don't think that I could coach because, and you're not going to offend me. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I just like hearing kind of what's on your mind. So what would you say your like, I don't know if I could be a coach because, what would you say yours is? And if you don't have one, then we'll just sign you up. Are you trying to unmute yourself? I got it.
Maybe you could talk about like how you handle rejection. Like if you're, reaching out to people and you're getting no after no, how do you handle rejection?
Yeah, that's a good one. So honestly, like I just don't, I'm not emotionally connected to it because I'm going to invite people to join me because I really want you to learn to love the skin that you're in. I want you to know that you are enough. But I also know that I can't do it for you. And if you're not ready, I can't make you do it. So I'm not going to be offended if you tell me no. But also the other thing is that sometimes you get ghosted and it's not because people don't want to join you. It's because they open their message and they don't, Facebook isn't their business like it is for, for us. So maybe they opened their Facebook Messenger, read your message, and they were unloading the dishwasher and a kid was having a tantrum and they were trying to make dinner and they forgot. Like, so that's what I also remind people is like, if I ever don't get a message back, it doesn't mean like no, or they hate you or they don't want to join you. It's like people are busy. And when people are like saying no, not right now, it's just like, okay, I'll check in with you next month and no big deal. And honestly, when I check in with people, I have so many people that tell me like, thanks for not giving up on me. It means a lot that you invited me again because I'm ready this time. Or I mean, I have literally had people come back 2-3 years later and they're like, okay, I'm ready. Thanks for, thanks for asking me again. So I think you just have to remember if you didn't say yes the first time, like there's so many other people that are exactly the same, and just not being emotionally connected to the outcome, but just knowing that it's your job to invite people to learn to love the skin that they're in, get healthier, and feel more confident in their clothes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So Brian, what were you going to say?
Okay, so I just want to get this clear. So there's no quota at all. So if I want to go like 4 months without, getting anyone signed up or anything, like there's like that's fine kind of thing.
Yeah. So if you personally are not ordering any product, you would be considered inactive. As long as you're paying your monthly business fee, they're never going to cancel you as a coach. But if you, as long as if you say you're ordering your products and you're an active coach and you're not signing anybody up, you're not selling anything, nobody cares at all. Like my mom, for example, my mom was a discount coach, is still a discount coach, has never signed up anybody. And it's like, it's not a big deal because she doesn't work the business. She does it solely for her discount on her Shakeology.
And is there like kind of like a monthly, I think you did say that, you said it's a bi-weekly kind of like a coaching Zoom call. So we kind of like learn about new things every month.
Yep. So I have a new coach training. That's the website. So you go in, you make your account, and then you can go, and it's a 2-week training. A lot of people do it a lot less than that, but I've got 2 weeks of new coach training. Then twice a week, twice a month, we do our team call. And then every Monday, our company, Beachbody, with corporate, they get the best of the best, and they have a coach hosting the, it's called a National Wake Up Call. And so we get training from them. And then on top of that, corporate also has another account, a Facebook page where they do live power hours, which are like teaching you how to work your business, and then trainings and things like that. And then we have all on YouTube, my team call playlist of all of our past calls. And then honestly, like I just go on and look at top coaches on their YouTube sometimes when I want to find something else to like train my team on or something like that. You could honestly go into YouTube and like never come out with the amount of training that you have. There's so much. Tasha used to be a coach. She knows all about it. I keep trying to get her to come back because she's honestly like doing everything that a coach does, and she's military, but it's fine. We love you. It's fine. It's so bright out there. She's in Alaska. She's 4 hours behind me. Yeah, you're probably like just getting dinner started. 5:30?
It's 5:30. Sorry.
You're fine.
I'm just curious what your take is, because I was a coach, and the reason I got it, I didn't stay consistent, and I know that that's a big thing, but it's really hard when you're doing for coaching and you look at your life and other people's lives, not the comparison, because that's a struggle bus for everyone, even if they're not doing the business. I'm sure as women in general, that's something we struggle with, but the idea of not getting lost on the dollar sign and then cold marketing people, I mean, I don't know if it's changed since I did it, because it's been, I don't know what, 2, 3 years, 4 years, no, about 5 years since I've actually done the business. And that idea where, for one, you mentioned it, don't getting emotionally invested into it. That was a big deal for me. But where when you're like, the cold marketing it was hard for me.
I don't really do cold messaging anymore.
No,
I don't, because when somebody, I don't know if they message me and they're like, hey, do you want to join this? I'm like, no, bye. Like, and I usually, I'm the ghoster to other people. I'm like, no, you didn't even look at my page. You don't even know that I'm a coach. Like, no. So I don't do that to other people. But instead of the cold messaging, what we do is we teach connections and how to connect with people. And then you keep track of those people. And then after building a relationship that month, they're the people that you're going to invite the next month. So we're really just focusing on building relationships, and then kind of like organically inviting as you're connecting.
I was totally listening to not being distracted by my oldest being a dude.
I didn't think you said that word. I thought you said something else.
Instagram has changed my lingo. I watch too many people on it, and I start to talk like them.
Oh, yeah. You're so funny. But yeah, so to answer your question, I don't like cold marketing either. I don't do it. It's a waste of time in my opinion. So like when you are, I always try to say like, I'm trying to add value. So maybe I'll share a recipe or a motivation or something like that. Cause if I go and I follow and I like somebody's stuff, or I comment on some of their stuff, they need to think I have something of value to give on my page in order to follow back. So one, I try to add value, and then two, I go and I connect, because if you saw somebody came and liked a couple of your photos and commented, you'd be like, who is this person? And then you'd be like, oh, she gives workouts, or she gives this, that's cool, I'll follow her. So that's kind of the way that I go about finding new people, is just like hashtags. And I try to find people that are like me. Maybe I'll look for other people that are 3 months postpartum, or, you know, something like that, that have connections with, that I can just start genuine conversations with. So for me, it's cool because I'm such an extrovert. It just gives me an excuse to talk to people, and not everybody is going to respond back, or not everybody is going to, you know, join you, but that's okay. I just get to talk and meet new people. Like, I mean, Tasha and I talk like at least every day on Instagram, and we met on Instagram, right? Yeah. So it's been over 5 years we connected, and it's just like cool to have somebody else that like you have a connection with. I have so many people that like sent me gifts for Adley, and then when Charlie was born, they're like people I haven't even met in real life, and some of them aren't even clients. They're just honestly people that I've built relationships with, and I genuinely enjoy checking in with. So it's giving me friends and a community for sure.
That's awesome. Can I share something on that?
Yeah.
Or I kind of feel like what you were saying, Natasha, about, you know, not comparing, but like when you are doing the business and you see other coaches and they're hitting like SC10, and then you start thinking like, okay, I need to like go and invite more people. And then that's when like the cold messaging comes in, and it's out of that like kind of desperate vibration. So I've noticed that that's when when I'm in that mode, I just like shut down and like pull back. And I think what you're saying, April, is that what you do, you know, right now, as far as building those connections, if you're just building those connections, then in time, in a couple months, those people will be coming around, and that's when you get SC10, for example. It's not like these coaches are just cold messaging all these people and signing up 10 people. you know, in a day. It's because they've put in the work over time. I think that's probably the key to understanding that, because I do get scared. That's why my question, or you know, at first was about rejection and how to handle that. But I think Natasha hit it more on the head of feeling like am I doing enough?
Mm-hmm.
And as long as I stay consistent, then those connections will pay off. Bye, Natasha.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. And we'll wrap up because I was supposed to keep it to 30 minutes. We talked too much first. But yeah, and I think that's so true. Absolutely. But also just another example of this is like, I've just been so consistent. Like I have had, since having Charlie, like I said, I work very limited amount of time. Having 2 kids quarantined, everyone was like, oh, adjusting to 2 kids is so hard. And I'm like, oh, it's fine. Adley will be in daycare. So, you know, it was just like a total, I mean, nobody could prepare for this. But just been so consistent over the years, and with building relationships every, you know, month and things like that, that I had people coming to me when I really didn't have a ton of time, which was so nice that I really wasn't doing a ton of anything other than like answering the messages in my inbox and like reaching out to people that had like watched my stories or responded to my stories. And I was just having success that way because I've been so consistent in my business. So that was like such a blessing to me that like I didn't have a lot of time. And luckily, because of like the, you know, the relationships I built, it just kind of like organically happened.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That's inspiring.
Yeah. So I am